Hello everyone, I'm Randy Suarez, aka Silver Crow. Today we're back with another reaction. This time we reacted to some Josh Wolf. It's been a while. The last time my reaction to Josh Wolf, if I remember correctly, was literally when he said he went to either New Zealand and he had to jump off this tower and he almost shit himself. So, but I'm reacting to his my second favorite practical joke. Now I did his first one, but I did the uncensored version. So I will link that down below so you can check that one out. And my thoughts, it's a very old video that I did a year and a half ago. So I will link that down below. And I'm thinking about redoing that with a friend. So let me know if y'all would like to see that down below as well. But if you like any of this content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to Josh Wolf. I will leave the link to this video down below in the description. You can watch it uninterrupted and buckle up. Further ado, and let's get started.
I've really evolved into more of an edible guy than a weed guy. I mean, smoking it. You guys do? Here's the thing. It's so different, though. Like, because, okay, let me just ask a question. A round of applause, people who have taken too much of an edible before.
Yes, oh my god, yes. Okay, so this one time, I have to end up dropping off something that my now fiance left here. This happened back at like 2.5 years ago, and she forgot her charger here. So I am calling up a friend, help me drop this off and everything. But in return, he wanted me to try this edible that he made. Cool. I didn't mind doing that. So after I got home, dropped me off, yada yada. I was on the phone with several of my friends on video chat, and I said, "Hey, I got this edible here. So I don't know if should I try it or not." I said, "No, go ahead." I said, "Sure." This was around about 2:30 in the morning. Tried it, nothing happened. But what I did not know is the descent into fucking madness that I was going to be experiencing around 3 o'clock that morning, 30 minutes later. And sure enough, once 3 o'clock hit, my body started vibrating. I don't know why my body started vibrating, but it started freaking vibrating to the point that it was like, I'm okay, I don't know what's going on, but this feels weird. So I ended up calling, hanging up the phone from the video chat, went to bed, not knowing that when I wake up, I'm still going to be high, because it took me a full hour to try to at least understand that, okay, I am high as hell right now, and my body experiencing vibrations. And so I finally went to bed, literally 3 o'clock in the next day, like literally almost 12 hours later, waking up, I was still high. I was still high as a kite. Like, and the come down was hard. Like, it was rough. So.
Okay. Yeah? Because here's the deal, right? What they don't tell you is that an edible, when you smoke it, right, before you're going into it, you're like, oh, when I smoke weed, I'm high for an hour or so, and I come down, I'm fine. What they don't tell you is that an edible high goes like this.
Yeah, it's a descent.
So if after an hour of eating an edible, you think to yourself, man, I'm as high as I want to be, you are fucked.
Yeah.
You know?
And the corner piece that I ate was literally just a corner piece. I still had the whole brownie. And that corner piece, the one that put me on my butt and made me start vibrating.
You got a little extra time on that ride. I remember the first time I took an edible, 3 hours in, I was like, I'm ready to get off the ride now. And they should put something on the package that says you can always eat more, you can never eat less.
Yeah.
And most of the time the edible fucks you up that first time because you eat it, and an hour later you're like, I'm not high. And then as soon as you eat it again, as soon as you swallow that second piece, you start to get high and you're like, oh no!
Yes.
Fuck you up. Now, I will tell you this, and let me tell you a little story ahead of time, because I am also a huge fan of practical jokes. And I pulled such a great practical joke on my brother with an edible. It was so good. Don't feel bad for him. That motherfucker has done some shit. Let me give you a little backstory. So, the very first time that I took an edible, I remember walking into my weed store. And by the way, the weed stores in LA, like, to get your medical card is so easy. Look, I went into the doctor. I remember when I first went in, I had a whole story planned. I had migraines when I was 12, and then I fell down and I hit my head. So I walk into the doctor's office, and there's a poster on the wall that says, if you suffer from any of these, you can have your rec. It was a fucking cheat sheet, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, well, I don't need a story. I go, I'm just going to memorize the first one. It's alphabetical. I'm going to memorize the first one. You ever do this when you memorize something, by the way, where you're like, got it? What was that? Yeah. Half a second and you're back. Like, I don't fucking remember what that was at all. So I memorized the first one, and I'm like, okay, got it. Guy calls me in, and I sit down there, and he goes, Mr. Wolf, what seems to be ailing you where you feel like you need medical marijuana? And I just blanked. But I remembered it was the first one, so I was like... Autism? You should have seen him. He was like, mm-mm.
You don't take edibles or weed with autism. If you have autism, I think it will probably make it much worse.
He said, do you mean anxiety? I go, that's it, anxiety. Super anxious that I'm going to get autism. Can you just give me the fucking card? It's also funny, like, well, so I'm at my weed store. Mm-hmm. And the guy who I always buy from, the guy who owns the place, he goes, you're not an edible guy, huh? I go, no, I haven't tried one. And he was like, you want to try one? I said, sure. And he goes, what do you like to eat? And I said, well, for sweets, I like baked goods and stuff. And he said, well, we actually made some blueberry muffins fresh today. And I was like, well, fucking look at you, okay.
See, it's been a while since I had an edible, and probably the best to get me is blueberry muffins, because I love me some blueberry muffins.
Wow, you got yourself a little bakery in the back, buddy? That's nice. So, he brings me out a blueberry muffin, and he hands it to me, and he goes, here you go. Now, at my weed store, they have a place where they want you to smoke responsibly. They want you to get high in a second room. And the room has a pool table, it's got a big screen TV, it's got PlayStation, it's got Xbox, it's got an Apple TV. And what I used to do is I'd get a joint and I'd smoke it, I'd be high for an hour, I'd come down and I'd drive home. So I thought, well, that's what's gonna happen after I eat my edible. Mm-hmm. Right? So as I'm eating the muffin, and it was delicious. You know, the edibles are good now. And you ever eat something that's so good, there's one crumb left, and you're like, well, I am eating that. Yeah. I put the last crumb in my mouth. And right when I put it in my mouth, the dude who gave it to me walks in and he goes, you didn't eat that whole fucking muffin, did you?
No.
And he goes, well, you gotta get the fuck out of here. I go, what? Why? He goes, well, you're about to freak out for real. I can't have that here. You gotta go home. And I go, you didn't tell me not to eat the whole muffin. He goes, I didn't tell you to eat the whole muffin either, did I?
the back and forth. Okay, if they didn't say anything, when it comes to edibles, to me personally, yes, maybe, just maybe, come with instructions. Especially if it's your first time having an edible, or the first time having an edible in a while.
And I go, what's about to happen? And he goes, you are in for an uncomfortable 8 hours. Look, those of us who've done drugs, well, you know, your mindset going in is really important, right? And fear is not your fucking friend, okay? So...
It is definitely not. Oh my god, it's not. Okay. So, over a decade back, I'm rewinding this. I tried acid for the first time. And the last time. Because, I already got the warning about not, don't do this. Remember, this is not, if you do this and start kicking in, nothing is really real until it comes down. Yada. I should have took that light. I shouldn't have taken that lightly. Things started to change. Things that wasn't there was there. People were changing around me, and I'm like, yeah, no, and hell no.
I'm already spiraling the drain. I'm not even high yet. I'm like, what's gonna happen today? And dude goes, how far do you live from here? I go, oh, like 20 minutes. And he goes, you might make it.
Might?
I try to walk out of there on my way out. He goes, who's at your house? I go, my kids. He goes, I wouldn't fucking talk to them. I go, all right.
Okay.
So, I go home, I go to sleep, I wake up high. Now, I hate waking up high.
Oh my god, yes.
I hate waking up high, and I'll tell you why. Because, look, when I go to sleep, I'm basically saying, whatever's happening right now, I'm pretty much done with. Yeah. If I wanted to stay high, I'd fucking stay awake. Pretty much done, and I'd like to wake up with a clean slate, please. So when I wake up high, I'm like, fuck you. So I called the dude who gave me the edible. I was mad. I go, hey man, like, you ought to let somebody know when you give them tomorrow weed. It's tomorrow, motherfucker. Like, there should be a note on the package that says, I hope you don't have shit to do tomorrow either, because you're going to be fucked up for a couple days, man.
And thank God I did not have shit to do that day, the following day too. I'm like, oh my god. I was like,
So, I laid in bed, because then I started to think, what a great opportunity edibles would be for a practical joke on my brother. Now, don't feel bad. Hey, who's got older brothers in here? Right? So fuck them. We know what they did.
Yes.
We know you. You older brothers in here, you deserve every last little bit of shit you get your whole life. You motherfuckers. So, I laid in bed all day trying to decide, you know, which one of my brothers I wanted to give a near-death experience to, right? Now, before you feel bad for him, let me tell you what he used to do to me. You know those couches that fold out into beds? So he would fold it out, and then he would put me in it, and he would fold it the fuck back up. At a very young age, I had to learn to breathe like this. Like a fucking survivor. Right? So I was like, I'm gonna get this dude. I call him on the phone. I'm like, hey man, do you want to come over and get high? And he was like, yeah. I go, great, I'm gonna roll you a joint. You're not ready for the edibles that I have. Now look, anybody who knows, when you tell your brother, your older brother, he can't do something. So when I told him you're not ready for edibles, I was basically standing on the edge of the dock like this. I just needed him to take the bait, right? Oh, and he took it. He was like, what? What? Oh, I'm eating what you eat, bro. Don't you worry about me. I'm your big brother. You don't think I can handle you? I've been getting high since you were in mom. And I was like, first of all, yeah, don't say in mom to me. I don't like that. There's got to be a better analogy than that.
yeah.
I said, but if you want to come on over. He goes, I'm coming over. Now, I had bought him something called a space cake.
Ooh.
Guys, a space cake will fuck you up, right?
I kind of want to try it. That's the weird part. I want to try it.
So I cut it in half, and I cut his half in half, right? And he goes, how much you eat? I go, I'm eating a half, but you should probably start with a quarter. What? What you what? You don't think I can handle what you handle, bro? I'm gonna eat. I might even eat the big half. I'm like, oh, if you insist. And right when he finished his half, I turned to him and I did to him what the dude at the weed store did to me. I go, hey man. He goes, what? I go, you gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
And he was like, what? Why? I go, well, I think you're gonna freak out and I think it'll be really funny. So... And he goes, wait a second. You think I'm gonna freak out so you're gonna send me home? That doesn't make sense, bro. Because if you really thought I was gonna freak out, you'd want to watch and make fun of me. I think you're sending me home because you know you're gonna freak out, bro. That's what's gonna happen, huh? You're gonna freak out, that's why you're sending me home? We'll see what happens. I'll call you in an hour. And I said, I look forward to your phone call. An hour and a half later, he sent me a text. That was just numbers, right? I texted him back. I go, what is that? He goes, my vital signs. I'm freaking out. He was texting me from a blood pressure machine in CVS. He was like, I'm getting my numbers, dude. I might die in CVS. I might die in CVS. I said, you're not going to die, but you could die.
No.
I said, if you don't want to die, the most important thing is to never, ever. And then I hit send, I turned off my phone, and I went to sleep. Because fuck him, he put me in a couch, everybody. Fuck him.
Okay. All right. Oh man, I kind of want to try that space kick. I really do want to try it, to be honest. Whoever tried it, please let me know how it is down below. But what is y'all worst edible experience? Let me know in the comments down below. That being said, if you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to Josh Wolf. I will leave the original link down below in the description so you can watch it uninterrupted, and also link to the uncensored version of the first practical joke that he did. Not the first practical joke, but the first one he told them that was uncensored about the whole thing with about his friend and the bachelor party. I reacted to that like a year and a half ago. Like I said, I'll leave that in the comments down below. So that being said, please take care of yourself. Stay hydrated. Stay safe. Stay warm. And